How's it going, guys? How's life? How are you guys being apart, I guess?
Can't complain. Making the most out of it. Taking a few trips over to Forrest's house. He's got that home studio he's sitting in right there. So
Nice.
we've been making the most out of that. As the social climate permits. But yeah.
I guess I want to ask, what have you guys been snacking on? Have you been like everyone else going to the fridge like a gazillion times a day?
I
Definitely
started.
start with him.
I started like I was ordering like DoorDash like all the time.
Same.
But I've gotten over it, and now I'm cooking every meal. I'm doing like a bunch of health stuff, worked out today, so I want to come out of quarantine like better than I was, rather than
Right.
like.
Don't we all?
I know, right? I was like, I think we all like really want that, but some of us, well, I know me, like I've been a roller coaster throughout this whole thing. It's like, I'll be good one day, the next day I'm a hot mess, and then the other day I'm like in my feelings. It's a crazy roller coaster.
Yeah, I have terrible eating habits. Like I don't think I've had 3 squared meals in like 4 years. So
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just kind of what happens.
So are we making music while in quarantine?
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the inspo at this moment, I guess? Like what are you finding inspiration in?
I don't think our inspiration has changed much. I think it's definitely, I think the social climate has kind of adapted to need the music that we're using. Cause like we've never set out to like take advantage of a time or like take advantage of a market where it's like, hey, it would be really, really like good of us to like take advantage of like being the positive guys or like being the guys who like aren't singing really sad songs, but like that's always been the music that we've wanted to express, like no matter who's listening. And now that people are listening, it's very refreshing that a time period like this can use it as a tool to make themselves feel better in a time where not a lot of people are.
Yeah. How do you, I guess, I kind of wanted to get your feedback on this a little bit because, some artists are pushing their albums back because of what is going on. And for me personally, just like as a fan, it's like, no, I want the music right now. Like, I'm really going to pay attention to it, but it's understandable why they would push, albums back. What would you guys do if you were in a situation like that during a time like this? I just wanted to hear your opinions on that a little bit.
It depends on what the body work was supposed to do. Because when we like listen to it and we figure out where the project lives, like what if it was, I don't know, this is like not really our lane, but like say someone made a project and they envisioned it in the club, like club music, they wouldn't turn on because it just wouldn't happen. But if it's something that could be enjoyed just sitting in your yard or in your bedroom, which I think a lot of our music is,
for sure,
then maybe still do it. So.
Also, you take a project like Blonde by Frank Ocean. I think that album was made to listen in a bedroom because that's like the only place where like you can just sit in your bedroom and have like an experience with it.
Right. No, for sure. Because I think that's what it's about too. Like a lot of the songs that have been coming out are stuff you can listen to at home or
exactly.
Right, stuff like that. So that definitely does make sense. So obviously you're working on music right now. I like that you guys are just like a fusion of different sounds. Like for me, like I'm into like the jazzy, the reggae, the funky type of beats. Like I've always been into that kind of stuff. And I feel like you guys find inspo like in a lot of that. When was the moment, I guess, when you guys started working together where you were like, wow, I think we may have just found like the sound that we are, like, this is what Surfaces is,
That's a good question. As far as a specific moment in time, I don't think it was specifically one song.
Right.
But I feel like if you go listen to our first album, Surf, you'll be like, okay, this is like kind of lo-fi. Production doesn't really have a specific direction. It's just kind of everywhere and kind of laid back. I think with Where the Light Is, something that speaks testament to like trying to figure out our vision. When we first started working on that album, Where the Light Is, we took like a week and we did nothing. Like I literally flew to Seattle and it got to a point where me and Forrest were just like, before, like, or I guess we like tried to make songs and we're just like, man, like nothing feels good right now that we're making. Like we need to dial it back and like figure out what needs to be said, how it needs to be said, and what our mission is.
Right.
And that was an album to where like those songs felt like quintessential us, even though we didn't have like a real starting point.
Yeah.
That felt like, for me, I mean, Forrest might have a similar or different take, but for me, like that album was just like taking that positivity, amping up the songwriting, having the production kind of fit more uniformly. And I think that's what really made it for me.
Right. Wow, that's like a like dope way to put it, I guess. I just love like hearing how it like works out in your head. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think that's kind of cool.
I mean, Forrest might have a different take.
No, yeah, no, you hit it. You hit it right on the head.
Cool.
Nice. Who's somebody that you guys are like anxious to work with maybe in the future? Even somebody that maybe we don't know, like that's bubbling right now or anything like that.
Galimatius is a really, really great producer. And
Okay.
I'd love to work with him in some.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anyone like modern popping that we're dying to work with. I think me and Forrest mostly look up to.
I don't think we've ever had.
Yeah, it's like, dang, how do we get like so and so on the phone? Not to say that like they're not worthy or like, you know,
No,
they're not good or
sometimes
anything. Just like we want to stay genuine to what we actually feel, and I think that is more associated with older music. So I think two people in specific that are, you know, a constant answer in this type of question has been James Taylor and Jack Johnson. Is me and Forrest both look up to those guys, like not only as like musicians but especially as songwriters, because they do a really good job of making people feel good but like not trying to. It's just who they are, and you can hear that in their music. So I think that's
awesome. Well, man, I mean, I'm just excited because Sunday Best, when I first heard it on the radio, that's where I first heard it. Okay, I was sitting in the studio, and I get an email from my boss like, "Hey, we're gonna start playing this song, Surface's Sunday Best," and I was like, "Okay, cool, like dope." And me, like titles kind of tell me a lot. Like when before I hear a song, I guess I let my mind kind of run wild a bit and just kind of see where it's gonna take me. And with Sunday Best, I was like, okay, either this is gonna be like some sort of like gospel-y situation right now, or this is gonna be something I could get my two-step onto. And the two-step hit like right when I started playing it. I was like, oh, okay, I like this. It's like just such a feel-good record. Yeah. I mean, is that how y'all felt when you like created it and were like heard it in a whole? Were you like, yo, this is it for sure?
Yeah, we had no idea how big it was gonna be. Our goal was always just to make, and still is, just to make music that can be like a world that you can live in. And that song, I remember feeling like there's nothing that we would change about it. Like,
no,
we made it, we sat back and we were like, this is good, like this feels great, like it's we made my favorite song at that current moment. Like, I don't know if I can speak. Yeah, so we literally made our favorite song right then. That's what it felt like. And so it's really cool that a lot of people are able to share that exact same feeling. Like they feel exactly how we felt when we first made it.
And the TikTok videos too, I just can't get over them.
Yeah, we've always been trying to be transparent. Like Forrest said, like how you feel recording it, how you feel making it is how the listener is going to receive it. So we've always been trying to be very transparent and very fluid, very honest about the music we're making, not to make it like a market scheme or to make it like, you know, some cutting edge thing. It's like something that we wanted to put out in the universe, so we did.
No, and I think that's important too, because listeners, like as fans, we can hear when an artist likes their song, right? Or you could hear when it's maybe rushed. I don't know why. I just could hear it though. It's weird. I don't know. You could just, and then too, when like an artist is promoting their music too, like you could tell genuinely if they're fans of it as well. So I get that for sure. Listen, guys, I am just excited for more Surfaces. like for real, because when I heard Sunday Best, I was just like, yo, I want to hear more from these guys. Like I started, you know, looking on my streaming services and just seeing what was out, you know, from you guys. So
Yeah.
I'm just really excited to see what comes from, you know, surfaces, what comes from the quarantine too right now, you know, and all of that. So I just love what you guys are doing, and just continue, please.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for listening.
Oh yeah, no worries at all. I'm always down to listen. Anything you got, send it over.
Really appreciate that. Thank you.
No worries. You guys stay safe out there, please. I'm sure you guys are self-isolating and all that already, but just stay safe, and hopefully you guys could come up and visit us when this is all good.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having us. We hope you stay safe too.
Yeah, no worries at all. Bye guys. Have a good one.
Later.
Yeah.
Thank you.